you look at 35 years. We anticipated we'd have a lot of experience back this year, and we don't have it. We scheduled up, so we're preparing for a very difficult schedule. The guys are working hard. They're doing a good job. It's kind of been a up and down preseason, but with as many new guys as we have, we anticipated that. But we are making strides. We just don't have tremendous depth. We don't have a lot of size, so we're going to have to play really hard, really sharp. Our margin for error is not going to be very great, so it'll be a different year.
How tumultuous the last few months have been? What's your level of excitement to just get going and kind of try to settle into the rhythm of the season?
Oh, I'm always excited to start a season. It's always fun this part of the season to get a team ready to go. To try to figure out a way to maximize the talent you have and the guys you have, and get them to develop and play the game a certain way. So this is always a good time of year.
You start talking about scheduling up. Does that maybe change a little bit with the new guys coming back, of your expectations for how quickly things fall into it?
Well, it'll be tough on them. It'll be tough on them. We're going to have a very demanding schedule, so those freshmen in particular are going to have to make tremendous strides early. And, we've put them in a tough spot. So, the 8-9 guys that we have, through no fault of theirs, is we're just a little shorthanded, and those freshmen are really going to have to pick it up.
What sense do you have going in terms of your rotations?
I don't know.
Who's going to come off the bench?
I don't know. Those are things we'll work through here in the next month. Probably all the way till conference time. That doesn't really change. Our lineups have changed. With the exception of the one season, we were pretty set. The other seasons we kind of worked and see what happens. This year, with all the freshmen, I don't know who's going to step up and take charge. But they've done a good job. Their effort's been good. It's always hard on a freshman when he's learning a new system to do things a different way. But they're making the adjustment.
What's the best way to offset that lack of depth and lack of height you guys have?
I don't know. I'm not sure what the answer to that question is. We're going to have to play fast. And a lot of other years we'd press a little bit more, but I'm not sure we're deep enough to do that right now. So we'll just kind of have to feel our way through. The guys are going to have to feel their way through. We're going to have to, as a coaching staff, feel our way through. There will be a lot of adjustments throughout the year, but and one thing, we just knock on wood, we got to stay healthy. That's true every year. There's basketball with one or two players can make such a difference, but we really have to stay healthy and keep our guys throughout the season. We can't afford any sickness. We can't afford any injuries. We got to stay pretty healthy.
Do you have to have Joseph Young score a lot to be successful?
I don't think so. I mean, how much more is it? He scored 19 a game last year. And defenses are going to be really tilted toward him early, especially. That may continue depending on how other guys come along. But early in the season, the defenses are going to be really tilted to stop him. So he's going to have to hit some shots. There's no doubt about that. But he had to hit shots for us last year. But he is the one proven scorer that we have back. I think we have other guys who can score, but until you do it, with the lights on, and there's a lot of people, will go at Joe because his numbers last year were very, very good. Not only his averages, but his percentages, and the number of shots it took to get his points was relatively low.
Yes, sir. Early, but who has impressed you as far as putting the ball in the hole? You're talking about other guys who can shoot.
Well, Elgin's really made a big step. He's doing all right. Our freshmen, have all shown a little knack for getting it in the hole.
Not one above another.
Not really. I think they've all had stretches. And that's one thing always a little concerned about as freshmen is consistency. You know, that ability to come in, do it night after night is always a concern. But no, I think that we've got a number of guys that will step up. Dwayne Benjamin, a junior college transfer, has had some good days where he scored some baskets. I'm a lot less concerned about us scoring baskets than I am about guarding. You know, we're defensively, I'm not sure how we're going to protect the hole, and you know, we've got some deficiencies on the defensive end. So I'm much more concerned defense and rebounding right now than I am scoring. You know, I think we'll be able to score, but defensively and on the boards, we're going to have some challenges.
You
Jordan Bell.
added 5 walk-ons to the team this year. What was the process? Did you hold an open tryout?
Sure.
What
We
was that?
have an open tryout every year.
Yeah.
And, you know, then we just kind of fill in the needs, you know. So, you know, the guys have done a good job in practice. As it is right now, I don't anticipate any of them seeing any game action, but they've done a nice job in practice. You would anticipate, though, with a student body of 25,000 that you'd have more than 3 or 4 guys above 6'5" walk in for tryouts. I thought we'd have a bunch of guys walk in, you know, over 6'5", but we sure didn't. But you know, I was really surprised that we didn't have more big guys at tryouts.
Lack of height amongst walk-ons.
Yeah, we had lack of height amongst our team, and now lack of height amongst our walk-ons. So.
You talked about defending the rim and rebounding. How does Jordan Bell's role fit into that workload? He did a lot of that, seems like, in high school.
Yeah, you know, he has a tendency to depend on his jumping ability too much. Kind of hangs back, and he is quick off the floor. But he's going to have to get himself in a much better position to block shots here, and he's capable of it. But he needs a lot of work defensively, getting in position, moving his feet. He fouls a lot now because he's out of position. But I think, you know, he's got a knack, and I think he will improve. I think he's got a chance to be a nice player for us because he's got good feet. We just got to get him in the right position, and it's going to take some time. You know, you just don't click your fingers. That's experience, and it takes a while. And but I think eventually he'll get there.
When you talk about the strengths of this team and some of the concerns you have, even though the faces are different, could this team have a similar personality to last year's group?
They're really different in the fact that, you know, last year's team had a great deal of experience. You know, one thing we've been fortunate, you know, last year's team, the last 2 teams had a lot of experience. And other than talent, experience is the second most important variable, I always think, in, you know, deciding what kind of team you have. And, you know, this year, a little concerned that we've only had 3 guys that have played Division I basketball. So it is a concern. I like the new guys, but they're going to have to make progress very quickly. And we've had guys that have done that, you know, so I'm not overly concerned, but, you know, I'm hoping that the 6 new guys that we have, you know, can really make some progress quickly. Our 3 vets are going to have to play like vets in every game, you know. Again, it kind of goes back to our margin for error, being a little smaller this year than it has been in past years because of our depth and our size.
How is Michael Chandler doing? Where is he at?
Mike hasn't been able to practice. He had his knee scoped in July, and it hasn't responded. So he has not practiced yet. He's done some dry work just shooting the ball, and but we're hoping, you know, that it can pick up a little bit here in the next few weeks. But again, we're you know, 6 weeks into practice, 5 weeks into practice, you know, and he hasn't practiced yet. So he is way behind.
Did you prepare, or are you mentally preparing to go this season without him if you have to?
Well, if we have to, you know, I mean, we're not going to take a chance with his knee. If it doesn't respond, it doesn't respond. You know, there's nothing I can do about that. But, you know, we would hope at some point in time that he would be ready to go.
Okay, you said you'd like to press. how many guys ideally would you have in order to be able to press? Because you got 9, right? Or you got 8.
Well, we've played last year. We played a few more than 9, but if you look, our first 3 years we played 9 or 10 guys, and
Right.
last year we went all the way to 11. But we've always played a lot of guys, pressed a lot. But this year it will change our rotation a little bit. We will still press. I'm not sure we'll do it as much as we have, the last few years.
Because of just the lack of talent, or because you got the numbers?
No, the talent. Just the depth, it is a concern. No, the talent. I like our talent. It's young, inexperienced, but no, our level of talent's okay.
Given the inexperience and the new players, how much do you water down what you want to do at the start and add as you go, or how much do you force feed it right from the start?
Well, we don't have a lot in. We'll keep things very simple here early, and hopefully as the season progresses, we'll get a lot more in. But we don't have a lot in right now, and I would anticipate throughout the preseason or the pre-conference season that we'll add things as we go, as we think they can handle it. But right now, we're very, very basic.